Good afternoon, everybody. And Ongietore, as they would say in Basque, Calispera, somewhere out there. Buen dia, buenos dias, ciao, Falteroiv, welcome. All of the various languages. We have representatives here today coming to the webinar from, believe it or not, 5 different continents. And we are looking so forward to introducing our European project to you today around astronomy. On behalf of the director of Drumcondra Education Centre in Dublin, which is Helen Hennigan in Ireland, we wish to welcome you. On behalf of our panelists who are here, and they would be from Themistokoulos School, and Stavroula will be there with Irini from Greece. We would have Daniel there from LUR in our Basque country. We would have Gustavo, who's here from Portugal. Marco would be from AstroMine. God knows where he's from. I think he's from somewhere out there in the cosmos. But we could throw him into a lot of different countries. We let him introduce himself. Vasilis is there somewhere on the lovely island of Cyprus. I wonder if it's still warm there. We've got Joanna coming in from Portugal as well. And on top of that, we have Peter Coakley, who is probably the master of events today. Astronomine. Wow. The study of astronomy, utilizing game-based learning. Games? What are games? Games are the essence of everything that human beings learn about socialization, community, and interaction. Game-based learning would be utilizing a platform, which of course Marco will show you today, our Astronomine world, built around Minecraft, that scaffolds, that builds upon the incredible exemplars or lessons which we will talk about, that Danielle and indeed Gustavo will talk about today in a few minutes. Educators, teachers, friends, Romans, countrymen and countrywomen, lend us your ears, because Astronomine is going to bring us into the cosmos. It's going to look at astronomy in a creative, transformative way. What? Teachers all over Europe are exhausted. COVID, oh my God, don't mention COVID. Post-COVID, teachers became exhausted. Now there's a fatigue. Now they're all fearful of, oh my God, generative AI, ChatGPT, we're all going to die. Here's the good news. The cosmos exploded billions of years ago, and it's still there and expanding in the universe. COVID showed us that humanity can disappear and nature takes over. So here's the good news. When we're well gone, humanity will still be there, as will the universe. But studying astronomy in schools is about play. It's about collaboration. It's about constructionism. Piaget, Dewey, Montessori spoke about play learning. Papert spoke about constructionism, children constructing their own learning. 21st century learning is about what? It's about love, unconditional love. Hold on, we can't assess that in a curriculum. If you're a parent, if you know a child, you want them to come home from school smiling. Well, astronomy and Astronomine is about creativity. That child who feels part of, inclusive within the European dimension priorities, which is digital and green, climate change, climate action. Astronomine deals with all of these issues. It deals with fitting into the various curricula in Europe to help you and others, stakeholders, policymakers out there, those who work in EdTech, to utilize astronomy as a means of empowering, engaging, enabling our citizens, whether it's #NextGenEU or others, to develop, to grow, to go into the universe, into the world now with the skills that are necessary from a human perspective. Don't fear AI. AI is a tool, something that we can use to our benefit. The AI is not cognizant. We are conscious. And in the universe, there is a consciousness that's there, and Astronomine goes there. So whether it's with Stavola or Daniel, whether it's Gustavo or Marco, whether it's Vasilis or Joanna, or whether it is Irini or whether it's Peter, we have one message for you today. We're going to have an incredible journey over the next hour. And we want you to put your questions and answers into the chat. Yes, we are recording, because Joanna is going to say that it is on the channel with YouTube, the Astronomine channel on YouTube. And yes, feel free to put in those questions and we'll get back to you. And if you have anything you want to say, feel free to say it. But Astronomine is about studying astronomy in schools in a creative, transformative way that synergizes, fits neatly with the curriculum in the creative space of STEM, STEAM, and streams education. 21st century literacies and sustainability. So we're taking astronomy beyond Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. And someone said, what's beyond infinity, Dahi? The next infinity and beyond. And who's going to show us that? Marco. Because you've got the Astronomine world and you've got to show us that it goes beyond. And Vasilis, the website is going to excite where you can download this manual. And Daniel, the work we've been doing in the manual is incredible. So ladies, gentlemen, friends, Romans, Europeans, South Americans, Europeans, Scandinavians, all of you who will beat Ireland in the football, but not in the Rugby World Cup. Welcome to Astronomine. And on behalf of Drumcondra Education Centre, on behalf of Peter Coakley up there, whom you see, give him a wave, Peter, who is the co-pilot in all of this, and everyone else there, the pilots, we welcome you to Astronomine, the study of astronomy through game-based learning, Minecraft, so that we can engage, enable, and empower teachers and students under the priorities of the European Union to be #NextGenerationEU. And finally, we wish to thank our national agency in Ireland and all of the national agencies of our partners for trusting us to lead this project. And we feel very humbled by that. But we are so grateful. Put your questions in. Enjoy. And I'm now going to hand over to, because this is what it's all about, kitties, students, what did they do? And Sarula, in Greece, in Themistocles School, you showed, and are you going to show us now, how the children in that creative essence went into the cosmos, beyond Star Trek. Beam me up, Scotty. Captain Kirk. Klingons, do they exist? Is there a world out there? Are there other beings? Welcome to play. Welcome to the skills that make humans human. Mindful, meaningful, soulful. Savula, handing over to you in Greece. So before we do it, Eurovision Song Contest, calling in Athens. Athens, are you there?
Hello, everyone. I couldn't agree more with you, Daihe. I'm so happy to be part of this project. I'm so happy to be a partner in Astronomine. And I'm so happy to be able to implement all the wonderful things we have been working on with my students in a private primary school in still sunny Greece, Piraeus, the biggest port of near Athens. Hello, everyone. My contribution to this webinar was supposed to be about how we introduced our students to the particular European project, why we decided to be part of it, why we liked it, why we loved it, and how we triggered our students' love to help them get into it, learn and play at the same time, and have lots of fun around New Cosmos. So I'm going to share with you my screen now. Okay. Is everyone able to see it now?
We see the browser.
Yes. Is it okay now?
No, you have to stop sharing, and share again because you're sharing the browser.
Okay,
Okay, don't forget the sound.
I did.
Yeah, as we see now, and put in presentation mode.
I'm sorry, just one more second. All right, to make sure that my sound is on. It is on. Can you see me now? Can you see my presentation?
We see it, but not in presentation mode. You have to play the
Yeah.
slides.
Not now. I have started it. No?
No,
Gustavo?
no.
Stavroula, we see the last page of the presentation, and it is in mode of not running mode of presentation. Φαίνεται η παρουσίαση, δεν φαίνεται, πρέπει να το ανοίξεις.
Το έχω ανοίξει, Ειρήνη, και είναι η πλάκα. Τώρα?
Μισό. Ναι, τώρα είναι καλό. Μπράβο. Ναι, μια χαρά. It's okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. That's why
it's
we
the
have
universe.
to.
It's the universe.
That's why we have to educate our students to be more technologically educated than my generation is. I'm really trying. Okay, now I'm Stavroula Hatzakhristofel. Like I told you, I'm a principal of the Mistoklis Primary School located in Piraeus, and it's a school running since 1955. A school which is dedicated to teaching giving children knowledge, giving them ethics, giving them culture, and trying to help them examine every single aspect of education and learning. We were very, very happy to be part of this European project because we thought that by teaching astronomy in our classes, although it is not a subject which is generally taught at primary school, we trigger children's curiosity. We can combine it with interdisciplinary learning. We can have real-world applications along with it. We can combine it with cultural and historical events. So astronomy has a lot of historical significance, particularly for us Greeks. We believe that astronomy enforces and helps boosts critical thinking skills. Of course, like Dahi said, we are working along to sustainability. So astronomy is making children environmentally aware, and it is a subject that can be connected with current events. We all see the aliens on TV, so that was something that the students were curious about. We also think that astronomy has scientific literacy. It makes children dream of future careers. How many children want to be astronauts, remember? And generally, we think this is a subject or something that helps with children's personal growth. So because of all this, and because we thought that astronomy reaches their educational experience and perspectives and skills, we were thrilled to be part of Astronomine. We also thought that it is a subject that can be linked with various other subjects, although, like I told you, it's not taught in Greek classrooms. But it can be combined along with physics, mathematics, geography, history, literature, mythology, in Greek especially, or other countries too, language arts, art, environmental science, technology, engineer, theater, philosophy, cultural studies. All of them can be part of astronomy, and all of them can be used. And that's what we presented our students, and they were really, no, we don't believe you. How can we do, let's say, philosophy or language with astronomy? And I am going to show you exactly how we implemented everything so that our students could find out that, yes, there is interdisciplinary nature in astronomy, and it can be connected to various facets of knowledge and culture. So after this small introduction, I'm going to show you an art activity that the students were asked to perform in the classroom. They were asked to create the solar system. We asked them to bring various kinds of material after having some also language lessons about the names of the planets, and after teaching the creation of the planets and everything. So the students brought everything. We also brought them some reference materials so they could see the images of the solar system and try to be as accurate as possible. And we have here some pictures of them working in the classroom, creating the sun and the planets and everything in an art class. How they had to use their mathematics and measure and cut and cooperate and learn the names of the planets in Greek and English as well. So there was some language lesson too. You see how absorbed they are in what they're doing, and you also see our teacher's balcony where we had to put everything to dry. So everybody got involved in this creation, and this is the outcome. The solar system, the sun in the center, and the planets around it. And this was, of course, presented to the whole school in the morning gathering. Every morning we gather the whole school and we present, its class can present something they have learned or created. So it was not only one class effort, it was a lesson through the whole school. And based on this creation, our art creation, we also wanted to go on with whatever we had learned about the cosmos and the astronomy and everything. And we thought of preparing a theatrical performance. So first, we had to make invitations. We had to make all the costumes ourselves. So there was a lot of painting and cutting and everything. So you see our invitations and some of the costumes that the children had to wear. We also made a banner using some professional help from a parent to advertise our event, and other posters with our little aliens. They were so excited to be allowed to be aliens. Generally, we do not allow a behavior like that. But on that particular day, yes, they were allowed to be aliens. They also, we also devoted a morning gathering to informing the school society, the other students about what they had created, what they were supposed to be putting up on stage in a few days. So everybody was happy to explain why they did it, how they did it. We created satellites, we created astronauts. These are pictures from their rehearsals in our schoolyard. And these are some parts of the actual play. The solar system and how everything evolves around it. This is how to explain Big Bang in a 6th grade class, and also some astronauts. Along with wonderful music from Vangelis Papathanasiou. Well, it was a wonderful performance. The children really loved it, and they had so much to remember about it. They are so much looking forward to playing games now, educational games in Minecraft, based on what they've learned, what they played, what they created. This is what we need to remember always, no matter what we do as teachers. We have to make the children look up at the stars and not down at their feet, like Stephen Hawking said. We do hope we have manage that. And I know that with help of my other partners, we will still keep doing this. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Both of you who are listening and both of you who are working along with us. Thank you.
Stavrula Efcharisto, and thank you so much from Ireland. We give Greece 12 points. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry? Whoa, who? What? Actually, at this moment, you can't say, whoa, sorry, that's our first alien. What, who, where? He said, what? This is alien, the first one called Bully. Bully just decided he'd come from the universe. Cadadorto, Vicheraus. He, by the way, he only speaks Gaelic Irish. I'm sorry, you speak a bit of Basque as well. Why? You're saying Angi Theori. Why are you saying that? Oh, sorry. He's actually welcoming Daniel in right now from the Basque country. But you see, he's an alien. He keeps disappearing and appearing. But wow, ladies and gentlemen, that's what Astronomine is all about. Bringing the creativity of astronomy into the classroom, into society, something that people thought was only the domain of those who would have been the Aristotles, those who would have been out of the Copernicus, those who would have been, no, we are who we are. So, Anguiatori, Daniel, come in from our Basque country, which we will show. Hola, España, over to you.
Thank you very much, Laifi. Thank you very much to all to be here. For me, it's an honor to be part of this consortium developing this project. And I'm very happy to present you what we are doing and we have done until now. So I will start sharing my screen. Okay. So as Daifi has said, I'm speaking you from the Basque Country, from the rainy Basque Country, and I work at the Luya Foundation. And we basically work in Basque language and developing science. So now I want to present you what we have done until now, and I'm going to present you the teacher's manual we are developing and we have almost finished. So the chapters of the manual are those that you can see. There is an introduction, of course, and then there is a theoretical approach that explains the framework about the inquiry-based learning and the difference with the game-based learning. We have developed a bit of theory about astronomy as part of STEM too. And then we have the learning objectives, the Astronomine world in Minecraft Education, which will be more explained by my other colleagues. Then we have an overview of Astronomine lesson plans, and finally the guidelines for using Astronomine in class. And maybe you are questioning about what are those lesson plans. So I'm going to show you the topics. So those are the topics that the lesson plans include: the astronomy in ancient civilizations, solar system, exploring the seasons, moon phases, lunar and solar eclipses, exploring the marvels of tides, exploring aurora, a celestial light show, tools of the trade, and stars of nebula, that are each one is a lesson plan. Now I will speak a bit about the game-based learning. And we are using the game-based learning because STEM education research shows that game-based learning enhances engagement and develops critical skills in students. And platforms like Minecraft Education make abstract astronomy content tangible. So we are using game-based learning to dive deeper with game-based learning. And the students have the opportunity to explore core concepts of, for example, chemistry and programming interactively. For example, they can craft chemical compounds from natural elements, transforming them into items like balloons, glow sticks, and beyond. So The immersive games lead to better retention than traditional methods, and I'm showing you some of images of the Minecraft education, but these are not these are the some that we have taken from internet. These are not the final one that we are developing. Maybe Marco will show you some of them. So in game, it's not the same game-based learning and gamification. Game-based learning immerses students in educational content within the gameplay, while gamification simply adds game-like elements to lessons. So our approach embeds education within the game, enriching the experience. And astronomy has real-world applications, of course. Linking astronomy to the real world is in the core of our project, and the students can see how their studies can impact in the future. It gives the opportunity for the collaborative learning too, because in Minecraft education, students can learn together, and game-based tasks promote teamwork and effective communication. We can talk about digital world integration too. Merging the digital age with STEM, Minecraft education and similar platforms prepare students for modern work environments. And finally, adapting the student needs, we can give real-time feedback to students thanks to these games, and it helps educators tailor their approach. So these are some of the ideas we have used to develop this theoretical framework that are developed in the manual that will be published very, very soon in the website. We hope that it is very useful for you. Thank you very much.
And Danielle, thank you so much for what we've done there, because that gives an overview of how our manual is looking. A question came in there that someone said, it's a beautiful one, I think, Stavola, which is pointing at you. What is it that is Vangelis is playing Chariots of Fire, that maybe there are people in other universes dancing a parallel universe workout to what we're doing here? And what is the concept of this idea of parallel universe scene where things exist? Well, I think I have to ask my next alien. This fella's called Foxy. Now, Foxy, what do you think? What? He doesn't want to appear. He's shy. See, the whole thing about Foxy is Foxy and Bully are unusual people. Cut the door too. He said that in the other parallel universes, we are the aliens. What? Cut a door too. By the way, he only speaks Gaelic Irish too. So Foxy believes that we are dancing a same tune to a different Vangelis in the parallel multitude of dimensions which exist there. Welcome to the children that we are looking at, #NextGenerationEU, that are out there believing that this is the creativity. And Danielle, the lessons that we put together, the structure of the manual, empowers the scaffolding of empowering teachers in STEM, STEAM streams to take this to the next level of then building towards the game, which then I now say, we now hand over to Hola, Gustavo in Lisbon, in Portugal. Welcome to the Eurovision. What did you say, Foxy? You like Gustavo? Yeah, he's a crazy astronomer. He's one of these crazy people that kind of lives in the stars. What, you live in the stars too? Gustavo, over to you, man.
Thanks, Tahi. Hey, hello, everyone. So I'm speaking from Portugal in the Lisbon area, and I'm going to continue the topics that have been already presented by Stavroula and Daniel. So as Tahi already said, I'm an astronomer and an astrophysicist, but I have been working with science education and science communication for a long time. And I work for Núcleo. So Núcleo is an NGO for development, is based in Portugal. And our mission is to bring innovation and increase the development of education, not only in Portugal, not only in Europe, but all over the world. So it's a very ambitious goal, but we are very happy to work with this aim. My colleague Joanna Silva is also here. She'll speak later. So I'm going to talk a little more about the teacher's manual and the topics that are covered. So Daniel already pointed out some of the structure and the lesson plans, but that has been preceded by our work with what we want to be in the manual and also on the Minecraft worlds, that I think that's the coolest thing in the project. I like gaming, so and especially the children who will be participating in the project, they will be in the age that they really like Minecraft. So we have to take this advantage to have something that they're very familiar with and put the incredible universe that we live in inside the game. So as a whole, the goal of the manual and the lesson plans and the road is to bring these innovative practices to the teachers, so they will use these practices to improve their courses, their lessons, but also helping them to create their own activities. So it's not only use the resources that we are producing, but also encourage them, empower them to be innovative and think outside the box and bring different ways of reaching the students to learn things. And this also was pointed out by Stavroula that despite astronomy not being a subject in schools, we don't have a discipline that's called astronomy. Astronomy is perhaps the oldest of sciences. It has shaped our civilization. And this, we can find astronomy linked to almost everything that we do. Yeah? What can be more broad than studying the universe after all? So this is how we started building the idea of the contents. That was doing investigation of how can we find, how can we reach the teachers and the school subjects, where can we have the links to astronomy. So that was done in two ways. First was to perform an investigation of the curricula in the different countries and try to find, as Stavroula showed at the beginning, that we can have astronomy linked not only to sciences, but to history, to art, to dance, to music. So that's the whole concept of STEAM, mainstream. But we also did some questionnaires with teachers from our partnership in the different countries, try to hear from them what they needed. So how do they feel if they're familiar with teaching astronomy, also if they're familiar using game-based learning, more specifically Minecraft, what they hear from the students, what the students' curiosities are about the universe, and what were the most interesting topics that we could include in our materials. So this is what shaped the structure, not only of the teacher's manual, but all the things that we will bring within Astronomine. So just to recap here, the structure that was presented by Daniel, we have divided it in 9, so to say, chapters that bring us first, starting talking about the project itself and our approach, then moving slowly from the things that we see here from our planet towards the stars and the universe at large. So more specifically, the contents of the project and what you will find detailed in the manual and the lesson plans and the adventures in the game, and also the resources that we will share. And of course, we need to tell what this project is all about. So this is we will find in the first chapter, as well as the pedagogical approach and how do we include the universal design for learning, the game-based learning, and also the game into the practice of teaching astronomy, followed by the astronomy contents themselves. So we start with looking at the sky. So this is how humanity first ventured in the world of astronomy, is just looking at the sky during the day, then the night, and see the apparent motions of the heavens. That led to the development of the calendar. So and also by looking at the stars and the star patterns, the constellations, that also led to many legends and mythologies that we still use today. So the impact on culture and history. So that brings another dimension to just not only science, but also astronomy as a human endeavor. And then we start discussing our closest neighbors, the sun and the moon. What are the phases of the moon, the eclipses, the seasons, and so on. The aurorae, that is featured also on the lesson plans. Then to our closest neighbors outside the sun and the moon, which are the planets and the little guys there, the comets and meteors and meteorites. So that's so we start in the Earth, and then we start going further away. But at some point you need to explain how do we know these things, because okay, we can see the moon, we can see the sun, we can see some stars, but not with detail, the planets too. So how do we know so much about what's out there? And that's one of the most important inventions ever made. That was the telescope. So the telescope, which was invented a little more than 400 years ago, this really revolutionized not only science, astronomy, but the course of history, because that led to a scientific revolution and a new understanding of our place in the cosmos. So it was really a breaking point in the course of civilization, the invention of the telescope and the discoveries that followed. So we dedicate some of our work to discuss what are the tools of the trades that astronomers use. And finally, we go out of our little nest here, that is the solar system, and visit our galaxy and the galaxies beyond. So we will discuss what the stars are and how they evolve, what are black holes, what are neutron stars, all these interesting objects that we hear about it, and make sure the students have lots of questions about black holes, and about aliens, about his friends there who are watching the webinar with us. Yes, there they are. And we know now that we have thousands and thousands and thousands of already detected exoplanets, planets that are around other stars. But most likely, we have more planets in the universe than stars. And in our galaxy only, we have at least 300,000 million stars. So that would be even a larger number of planets in our own galaxy, and our galaxy just one among thousands and thousands of millions of galaxies. So it's almost infinite. If I can think something about infinity, is probably the size of the universe and the numbers involved, but we want to go beyond, as he said. So it's the larger infinity. We're still scratching the surface of all the knowledge that is. It all sounds really mind-boggling, but that's all about Astronomine, and I think we want to bring this excitement to the students, and then to understand what our place in the universe is before coming back to Earth and discussing life. And we only know life so far in our tiny planet, but we do believe that we know the ingredients for life are everywhere in the universe. So we end our content with the discussion of astrobiology and life as a phenomenon in the universe, what we know about it. So that brings us back to Earth. We bring another field of knowledge, which is biology. So that's how we end all these discussions. So I think there's something for everyone here. Maybe you won't have time with your students to cover all of these subjects, but certainly you will find time to have at least one of these topics discussed. So I think you can enjoy our project, our resources, the world in Astronomine, which Marco will present shortly. And I hope this brings the excitement of traveling through the universe within the manual and the lessons and also the game to everyone. Thank you.
Obrigado, Gustavo. And I mean, both Bully and Foxy here have a problem. They're saying, why the hell did we, what? Kade? They said Pluto was never an exoplanet. Pluto was a real planet. And when Dahi was a little boy, Pluto was the only thing that ever existed far away from Earth. But now they're going, you're telling us there are hundreds of millions of them? Okay. But what they're also saying is that our lessons are teachers designed by teachers, for children. And there is no planet B. Maybe our Astronomine, by looking at what Marco's going to show us now. Ciao, Marco! He's going to show us how can we build a game-based world, a world of Astronomine, to understand as humans that we need to cop on. Cade? They're asking me what's the Irish word for cop on. I'm saying grab to heinig, which is get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself. So we need to look at the fact there is no planet B, guys, and we need to look at the crisis that's there. And how do we do it? Education. We need to So, Marco, ciao, my friend. Show us what the world is going to look like. Make us excited, because these guys live in the parallel universes. By the way, from Budapest to Bucharest have just sent in questions. From Los Angeles to Lagos have just sent in questions. And from Rory in Athlone out to Irene and others in Athens are sending in questions that we hope you're answering. And they're all asking us, Gustavo, where do we belong in this? And the two lads here are going, seriously? Seriously? Marco, show us the world.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, cute aliens. Thank you, Dahi, for the energetic presentation as always. And thank you all for letting me be here. It's really a pleasure for me not only to be in this webinar, to be part of the project, to see so many people actually staying and not only participating at the beginning in this for this webinar. And also it's a privilege for me to be part of such a fascinating topic that is astronomy, a topic in which I'm really ignorant, unfortunately, but I always get goosebumps when getting to know more about it. Even just listening to Gustavo speaking about the numbers of planets, a number that I cannot really think even in numeric form, you know, in my hand. It's really fascinating. So I'm Marco Piscitelli. I'm the project manager at Atermon. We are an IT company based in Rotterdam in the Netherlands, and we believe in the learnification of games, and we provide digitalized solution for educational services. So I will not bother you that much with all the definition of what's learnification, gamification, etc., etc. I think my partner Daniel already made an excellent job in specifying this. I just want to maybe repeat and remember that indeed we're using a game-based learning approach for this project, meaning that the games that we are developing as Atermon are simply, let's say, the end point, the last part of this long learning process that indeed starts with all the research that we did and with the handbook, with the manual that you saw right before, and then ends with this interactive play. So the games that we're going to develop are based actually on Minecraft Education. Minecraft Education, maybe this will be redundant for someone in the audience, but it's one of the most popular video games since 2011. Minecraft Education is actually a custom version of the original Minecraft, which was built then in 2016. And you have to think of Minecraft as a sort of sandbox game. What does it mean? You know, a sandbox where kids, people, whatever, regardless of the age, can just sit and play around with everything they have. Each grain of sand, each tool they have around, they can use it to shape and mold the environment as they wish and have fun with it. Their only limits are, of course, creativity and physics. Now, if you go to Minecraft Education, let's say the concept is the same, but you have to remove almost all of the physics in it. So your only limit is truly the creativity. So with grains of sand, with all of the blocks, the elements that you have in the game, you can create whatever you want, from castles to spaceships, schools, etc., etc. So what we're going to build for this project is indeed 3 worlds. They're now in development, and that at the end of the project, I really hope you're excited to download them and play them. How will that work? I want to briefly talk about this so that you know also how to access our games. So in Minecraft Education, there is a free library of games talking about different subjects. As Donald mentioned before, you have chemistry, you have history, economics, whatever you may think of. You simply download the Minecraft Education software from your PC, your laptop, or whatever it is. You create a Minecraft account. You download the game file, which will be present then at the end in our website, in the structure that we have aligned. You simply double click on the game and you can play. Now, as I said, we are going to develop these 3 words. So now, today, unfortunately, I cannot show you those, but what I can show you is a brief demo that we prepared for this project and for this webinar. I want to thank all the developers that worked really hard on this. So let me show you real quick. So here what you see on screen is the library of the games that we prepared as a Thermon. There are some words that are finished, some words that are still developing. The one that I'm going to show is able just with a simple click and some patience for having all the game loading. Now, what is fun and what's the benefit of such a product, let's say, in the end, in the learning process? Let's say that for this lesson, in your school, you talked first about the moon. Maybe you talk about its phases or how it's shaped, the crater, how gravity works different from Earth, etc., etc. I'm trying to buy more and more time as it loads, as you can see. But so let's say that you have brief knowledge or brief concepts of the moon. Then you want to repeat those concepts just in a game environment. So what you do is simply download the game and you see you can play with that. Usually in every game we have an NPC that tells you what to do and what not. In this one, even though I had prepared it, so I'll do really quickly on that. We are asked first to quickly fix a rocket that is in our garden. So you see that this phase is kind of like the tutorial of the game, where the player can simply play around and so on. But wait, let me show you the other version. That's the beauty of the live version, I guess. Huh? So as I said, you explain about the moon, you're really excited about that. You're in your courtyard, finish to build the rocket that you are, and then with a simple click, you are on the moon. You can explore it, take a look around it. And for instance, after working in the courtyard at the beginning, you can jump and you see that the physics are basically the same one that you have in our world. But then the moment the player jumps on the moon surface, like this, he will see that gravity is different, that the whole feeling of the game, let's say, is more floaty. It takes longer to fall back on the ground. the environment also is based on the moon, and we're going to develop something else depending on the solar system and so on. One other thing that is nice is that sometimes you don't even need any text, any further information to learn about a concept. For instance, what I have here, the white banner, represents the flag of the United States of America that was planted on the moon. I, as the ignorant that I was before playing our demo, I always thought that the flag had retained its colors on the surface on the moon. But only by playing our games, I realized that now it's actually white because it lost all of its color due to solar radiation. And I hope, Gustavo, you can confirm this. Now, I will stop sharing my game and go back to the presentation to briefly talk to you about the games that we're going to present you. So I hope I got really excited for what is going to come. As I said, we're currently developing the game for Astronomine. There are going to be 3 words. One that tackle the ancient civilization and the role that astronomy played in those. Then aurora and season and constellation. In the second word, we build a structure that is more from the closest from us. So then on the second level, we go to the solar system. We want to talk about the sun, the moon, and its effect on tides on Earth, eclipses, solar system. Then in the very final word, we're going out into the inner space, talking about the other stars, galaxies, and then the rest of other space. I don't want to spoil that much. I just want to give you some brief information so that you're excited and tuned for when our game is released. And I hope you will enjoy it playing them. Thank you very much, and thank you all for your time and your attention.
Marco, thank you so much. Kade? He said, did you not know that solar radiation... Actually, hold on a moment. What? You see, these guys live in the parallel universes. He said solar radiation took away all of those colors. Actually, he's laughing. Foxy's laughing because he said, you know, there's a conspiracy theory out there that actually Apollo never landed on the moon. And, well, did they land on the moon? Yeah, he says they did. In one of the parallel universes anyway. So the world, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, friends, Romans, colleagues, these worlds were designed by the students in our schools for you. We didn't design them. Can I let you in on a secret? What? I don't know anything about Minecraft. Marco taught me everything I know. And sure, he knows less than me. And the only one who knows less than me is no one. Peter even knows more, but Marco's the genius with the team in Atomon. What an incredible work you've done in designing the 3 worlds. But I must thank particularly the Themistocles School and Assumption Senior Girls National School and St. Thomas's School in Ireland for putting together the worlds that were utilized in designing for learning. So these worlds are children designing for children. We didn't design the worlds. Atomon took the ideas of the students and built them into a world which builds upon the lessons. The lessons can be done separately in the curriculum. The worlds are like the icing on the cake. And that's incredible what you're saying. And the whole idea of integrating them into the curriculum. So, Marco, that's incredible. But now, looking at what Atomon has done, and thank you, Anna, and everyone there in Atomon and the team, an incredible design in our children. By the way, here's something, ladies and gentlemen. Many of the children who actually love Minecraft are differently abled. Many of them are looked upon in school as being very different. They're looked upon as having been unique with their challenges. Well, wow. Aren't we all unique? Aren't we all different? Aren't we all aliens in our own world? Minecraft and the game world of what we're doing is inclusive and diverse. And that's where we're going to now. What is it that we're presenting in America's Next Top Model, Vasilis? as we move to Cyprus, we're moving to our website, www. This is a hell of an astronominejourney.com. And building on what Joanna will build on, our website is our face to the world. It's telling you where you can download all of these, where you will download the words. And I know many of you asking, can we have the license? Can we have it? Education centres in Ireland have these licenses for schools. Hello to Margaret in Canaf, way over on the west coast of Ireland, that's saying hello to us. Martin Durkin out there also in Tala. Hi to everyone in St. Mark's School that you're there, and so many others. Tell us who you are, please. Introduce yourself. But now, Vasilis, it's over to you. Bring us to the website. Show us what we have. Ho, ho, ho. Sorry, that's, my God, that brings me back. Vasilis, over to you in Cyprus.
Thank you, Dahi. Thank you, everybody. Greetings from sunny Nicosia, the capital of Cyprus. So I'm Vasilis. I work for Hardcan Solutions. And first of all, thanks to all of my partners for allowing me to work at such an amazing project and to learn so much about an issue that I pretty much have to admit that I was pretty much ignorant. So I will present you the website. So let me share my screen. Okay. So this is our landing page. As you can see, the AstronoMine is a European funded project dedicated to increasing interest in astronomy. And we are a diverse consortium that consists of 6 partners. The only thing, well, actually not the only thing, but one of the things that unite us is our love and passion for astronomy. And what we offer is we offer a diverse set of tools that will help to promote astronomy in classrooms. So this is our newsletter. If you subscribe here, you will receive our newsletter. And at the bottom of the page, you can find the project social media, Facebook and Twitter, but I won't talk a lot about it. So since Joanna will do it later. So let's see. This is like a small overview of the project. So the main problem is that astronomy is not included in most curricula as a compulsory course. Our idea is to help push astronomy into the mainstream through a diverse set of tools like the teacher's manual that Gustavo and Daniel showcased earlier, and the Astronomine world in Minecraft that Marco showcased. So here you can see the main results of the project. Regarding the teacher's manual, as we said earlier, it's a manual that would help teachers introduce astronomy in the classrooms. As you can see here, our idea is that most teachers haven't received the appropriate training to teach astronomy in their classroom. So our manual, you can see it like a glossary of terms that allows teachers to be more interactive and learn more about astronomy, about simple terms like the creation of stars, the gravity, the moon, and more complex ones. So for more information, the manual will be published on the website in November, but you can find more information about the manual here. Here we have the chapters. Let me go. So here, this is like a sneak peek, a small overview. Here you can see a photo that we took during our kickoff meeting in Dublin last November. So these are the chapters of the manual. As you can see, it will begin with introduction, then we have the theoretical approach, the learning objectives. I won't talk much about because Daniel and Gustavo talked about earlier. The world in Minecraft Education and the lesson plans, which consist of astronomy in ancient civilizations, solar system, exploring the season, the moon phases, the lunar and solar eclipses, the marvel of the tides, the aurora, the tools of the trade, and the stars and nebulae. And we have also added some interactive links that you can explore. So let me go here. Here you can find our second result. That is the Minecraft world that Marco talked about earlier. So we have also added some photos, like a sneak peek of the game. Of course, the Minecraft world will allow us to capitalize on the existing very popular game. I think it's the most popular game in the world, Minecraft, and teach astronomy, help the teachers to teach astronomy in the classrooms, and to promote a hands-on learning experience that will help students gain new knowledge and skills. So finally, we can see our dissemination material for the promotion, for the sharing and promotion of the project. Let's see the project's leaflet. So here it is. And you can also find here the project's newsletter, infographics, and the press releases. You can download it. Okay. So moving on, we have the team. Here you can see all the partners. We have Dramkondra from Ireland, Themistoklis from Greece, Nucleo from Portugal, Atermon from the Netherlands, El Hujar from the Basque Country, Spain, and Hardcat Solutions from Cyprus. So if you want to learn more about the partners, you can click here. We have like a small introduction to the partner, and you can visit their website. So here we are redirected to Themistoklis' website. Now, moving on to the news. We have some news for example, you can see here what Stavroula showed you earlier about the theatrical performance of the Themistoklis School in Piraeus. You can see some photos here, and for example, here it's Daniel who is introducing the project in Basque Country. Now, finally, we have the blog where we post interesting stories about space, about astronomy. Some of them are more educational, more professional, and others are more, let's say, children-oriented. For example, here you can see the aurora. Of course, if you want, you can share with us some story or something about your passion with astronomy, and we can add it to the blog. And finally, you can contact us here. You just type your message, you send it to us, and we will, of course, we will respond. So thank you, everybody, for allowing me to be part of this project. And the words back to you, Dash.
Thank you so much for that, Vasilis. And I know Priscilla is over there working at the moment with Rosa. And thank you, Gustavo, to share the website with you. And the website is being shared right now. We're calling it www, but Bully says it should be called moo. Because you see, he's an alien from a moo planet. See, that's why no, be nice. You see, he keeps this, you see, aliens. Now you don't see me. Now you do. Now you don't. Now you do. Hey, that was incredible. Vasilis, our website is our face to the world. And Priscilla, thank you for sharing the website out there in the Q&A. And Peter, incredible work we're doing right now as a co-pilot in Drumcondra Education Centre. Without him, we just couldn't do this. And again, thanking Helen Hennigan and the whole team in Drumcondra Education Centre and our national agency, Lergus, and all of yours. But all of you out there, what Vasilis has done is he's presented the sense of our website. And now, Joanna, because you are the oldest of us all, you understand what it is to be LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. What? TikTok? Taco who? Take a what? TikToks, all of these things where we have them. And also, Helen, Falter Road, how are you? Good to see you. And I know how busy you are, and you're on mute at the moment, but good to see you, how busy you are. And in Drumcondra, we are so privileged and so honored that you as a director, now having come in, are having such an incredible time with our Astronomine project, and our partners are doing so well. And Peter can set it up to say a piece if you're okay at the moment. But the big thing here is, with our aliens now having seen the lessons, by the way, which were designed by teachers for teachers. That's what this is about. Integration of that streams in education, literacy, sustainability, and STEM. There is no planet B. The worlds that were shown to us by Marco, designed by the students throughout Europe for students, but the whole way of the website designed by us, so that we as colleagues can share with you, whether it's with Tim Lavery and EdTech Ireland or EdTech Europe that are there, or Brian Nangle, who are coming from a huge area of the United States and in Ireland, and all these major companies that are into Silicon Valley. Oh my God, where's Silicon Valley? What? Who? What? He says it's not on the moon. Okay, it ain't on the moon. What? See, they're loving playing this game with us, but I can't do much about it. Van Kuhn Tussen. Bijas. Now, what we're going to do is, I don't know if Helen can speak, so we're just going to do once more again. The website is shared with everyone. We have this huge manual, and as Helen knows, we will have over 100 pages of a manual, which is written by teachers for teachers. It's a massive opportunity to bring exemplars into the classroom, to integrate with the curriculum. Minecraft worlds designed by our children in Ireland and all over Europe, particularly in Athens, shall we say, which is there with Stravola and Erini, by the children in Themistocles School, by children for children, and the world designed. So before I go on at this particular moment in time, because I know, Helen, how busy you are as a new director of it, and we, Peter and I, want to thank you so much for the opportunity at our age called grey gold. Grey gold. That means, guys, we're in the winter. Poor old Gustavo can't do that. Gustavo, can you do that? Grey gold. Vasilis, enjoy it while you have it, my son. And Marco, what a fine head of hair you have. But before I introduce Joanna, who is our media expert, she is the creme de la creme. She is the person who knows what to do. She's after putting up there the Facebook and the Twitter, and we'll have the YouTube channel. So Peter, maybe at this particular moment, over to you. Helen, can we hear you? At the moment, you're muted. Peter?
I'm not sure what's happening. Helen's microphone is on. Can you hear me, Dahi?
I can hear you, Peter. Helen, can we try once more and then we try to get you in? You see, it's a glitch in the universe, Helen. Ireland, it's a pity. Ireland doesn't exist on the planet. We can't hear you. But we'll try to fix that if it's okay with you, if you can stay on, because we cannot hear you. And maybe with a new microphone. Connecting to audio.
She doesn't have, she's without audio, Ellen. She has to connect a microphone. There's only the cameras without microphone.
It's only the camera without connecting to audio.
Maybe
she just leave the meeting and enter again. I think.
Yes, maybe Helen, if we can just leave the meeting and log back in again, and we'll have the sound.
Oh, she's connecting now.
You're connecting. Hold on, we're doing it.
No,
try.
Failed.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Helen to come back in, Joanna, which is our lady to show us where we are in the media out there right now. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Tahiti. And thank you everyone for being with us. And thank you for staying this long in the webinar. So I'm going to just to quickly share my screen to talk with you so you can know who are you talking to. So as some of my teammates, I'm not an astronomer and I'm not well versed in the matters of astronomy. I'm actually a biologist, but mostly I am a science communicator, and that's why I make part of this project, to communicate this project and share our results to the world and to you teachers. So I want to, as a person in charge of dissemination, I want to invite you to follow all of our social media so you can stay up to date with all of our updates, new things we are coming out, demos, the teacher's manual. And mostly importantly, we want to invite you to share with us your experience with Minecraft, your experience with the project. You can share pictures with us of your students, of yourself trying our Minecraft worlds, playing Minecraft and saying how you enjoy doing this kind of game-based learning, or your experience with Minecraft in the classroom. It would be great to hear from you, and we hopefully will get in contact with you and are able to communicate and answer all of your questions. And besides the social media that I'll give you a tour in just a minute, you can also contact us via the contact form on our Astronomine website, where you can reach us directly and we will answer to your email. So don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, as Vasilis also reminded you. You can just scroll down on our website, and then you can keep up to date with all of our resources, news, blog posts, and you can also see how the project is developing and also give us feedback on what do you like to see and what do you expect from us also. So it would be great, so great to have your feedback on this project and hear what you think. So let me just give you a quick tour. So can you see the Facebook page, or just
No, just the slides.
Okay, let me just interrupt and share again. So you have the Facebook now, hopefully, in your screens, right? Can anyone confirm, please, if it's
Yes,
the
yes.
Facebook? Okay, thank you. You have our Facebook page. We hopefully will grow our Astronomine community with you. Today, as you can see, we share all of our upcoming events, the webinars, the resources from our partners on Facebook, on Twitter as well. We share everything, our meetings, and how we are progressing on building our Minecraft world. So please, you can subscribe and follow us to keep up with us. And also our new account, the YouTube, where you can find these webinars, the demos from hopefully the Astronomine world, so you can see a little sneak peek of everything and see how you can apply this on your classrooms. And the contact form as well on the website that Vasilis just showed. You have the contact form here in Contact Us, and you can just fill in the form and get in touch with us. So thank you so much. I know it was really quick, but we really want to thank you for participating in this webinar and staying with us in this journey. And I know sometimes communicating with this kind of projects can be daunting, but don't be shy. We are a very close team, and we would also welcome you on our community and for you to also be part of our project. It would be great to share this with you. So thank you again, and I'll give the stage back to our lovely host, Daiti.
We might be a lovely host, but none of you European countries are voting for us in the European Song Contest, and we're coming last. So I think Ireland deserves 12 points from next year. Thank you so much, Joanna, for showing us the links which are there. Peter has just informed me, by the way, for those of you who asked from Bucharest, whether we live in parallel universes. Believe it or not, as Danielle has put there, and I know Marco has put it, on our manual in section 5 and the third link, NASA has a picture of a mouse on Mars. There is a mouse on Mars. Hey, did you see the mouse on Mars? No, you don't see no mouse on Mars. No, they say there's a bull and a fox on Mars, but they don't want to think there's a mouse on Mars. But the reality is, it's there. We know that Helen is coming in soon. And again, on behalf of Drumcondra, it's incredible. But right now, we also have the idea of the questions. The questions which have come in are particularly around the software licensing. And I'm going to hand over to Gustavo in a moment, maybe to talk about that, or Marco, because a lot of people are saying, oh, we have to set up maybe in 365. So I'm going to hand over to those with hair and without hair. Whoever wants to talk about it can take it on. But what we've seen from Themistocles School in Stravola, which is the children showing how creativity is part of astronomy, how creativity is part of 21st century empathic literacy, how astronomy is part of love, how astronomy is part of sustainability, which is huge in Drumcondra Education Centre, social justice, sustainable development goals. And we know that Helen Hennigan, our new director, is very much into this. And Gustavo says you can download Minecraft Education at the, shall we say, at Fanny, and we will put all of this up on the website in YouTube. With Eliar, with Danielle, looking at the manual of how that has developed. And we're so privileged to have another one of our Celtic languages with us in this project, and to know that when we say Oingiatori, it's like saying Fáilte Tough Fáilte, a language of Gaelic that you've never heard. And it's so important for us. With Gustavo and with Joanne coming from Nucleo, and also with Rosa, and I know Priscilla is working so hard in the background there, it's incredible to have our astronomers, our geniuses. Just don't tell them that they're bloody geniuses, these astronomers, because they have been so far out there for years that we have been mocking them. And then all of a sudden we realize, whoa, we're just one small little dot in the middle of this massive universe. But of course, Marco thinks he can create this universe with a game-based learning. And he thinks he can actually put us in the moon going, woo, 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 which he can, because the children wanted to understand the concept of gravity. So put them into a game-based learning environment, which is different to gamification. Game-based learning has specific aims and goals, and is achievable and attainable by all children, inclusive and diverse. And the world builds on the exemplar lessons which we in Ireland have had such a privilege to work with. When we see what Vasilis is doing on the website, and how he's producing all the newsletters which our partners are there, and the pictures, and a lovely picture of Drumcondra Education Centre there again in Dublin, we're very proud of it. We're very proud of it, as Helen is right now, and the whole idea of what we have been doing. Peter has been very quiet in the background. He's the brains behind it, but don't tell him that. What? What, lads? You don't want me to tell? Let's see. Here they go again. Don't tell Peter anything. But they say, Gorav Mahagut, Peter. Gorav Mila Mahagut. Thank you. So the questions that we have seen are basically coming in around licensing, are basically coming in around how did they do this. So Gustavo or Marco, do you want to talk about how people maybe can get into our world when it's ready? How if they don't have, or how, like I can see it. Imagine me in a school, 40 years like Peter, principal, and we go, Minecraft. Sure, I barely have a mind. Never mind about craft. My mind is fried. Poor old Joanna doesn't get that. She's way too young. But the future will tell her that the important thing is keeping the mind alive and not forgetting, guys, play is everything. Constructionism, children constructing their own lessons, creativity, the skills that go beyond. So why are we not using DID, which is creating avatars in AI to show who we are? Of course we can in our next European project. Why are we not using Mid-Journey AI as the means of doing it? Because we can. But Minecraft is our game based because schools are using this in an ethical, responsible way right now, as we work towards embracing AI in a responsible, professional, ethical way. So our manual, which again, we want to thank Lergus as our national organization in Ireland for putting out there. A lot of people have asked that question. So Marco or Gustavo, are you going to take this big question that everyone is asking, please? And by the way, we've had up to 100 attendees from virtually, oh my God, I think there's about 13, 14, actually nearly 20. Did I count 25 countries? My God, if you're all, hey, by the way, welcome us all over. Why? You want to meet my buddies? You want to meet my buddies, sister? Then you have to invite us to come. What accent is that? That's Mexican. That's like arriba, andele, andele. What? You mean to say they exist in the moon? Marco, Gustavo, who's going to take that question?
Yes, thank you. I can take care of that. So basically, and so the question is first how to get Minecraft, how to download it, and then how to do the trials and try out our games. So as mentioned by Dahi already, on the website, we'll put all the instruction and also the links to the file, so they will be easier for you to find it or not. If you just want to try out some games, again, because the one that we're developing are not out yet, but they will be soon. You need a free trial account that can be either made with your academic organization, that if it is recognized by Microsoft, so therefore if you have a Microsoft academic account, let's say, you will have 25 free trials, so that you can try all the words in the library. Otherwise, if you just want to do it on your own, just with so without any link to any academic organization, you do your own Microsoft account. You log into Minecraft after downloading again, and you do the trial lesson that they are there. After a while, you can also try the demo lesson, which are not the one made by us for this project, but the one present in Minecraft Education already, so that can be useful for maybe having a grasp of how the game works. And then if you want to proceed, after having tried all the free trials, you need to get a license from Minecraft itself, and that lasts, it gets renovated every year, I mean, unless you want to otherwise, and then you can play as much as you want. I hope this is clear.
Thank you so much, Marco, for sharing on that, because it is a big question. How can we do this? Now, again, I'm going to try this. This is like the Eurovision. That's Gaelic for you're all welcome. This is Ireland's Calling Dublin. Our director of Drumcondra Education Centre, Helen Hennigan. Can we see you on picture? And hopefully we'll be able to hear the glorious tones of your voice this time. Helen, are you there? Technology, ladies and gentlemen. When Peter and I began teaching as principals way back in the 70s, the only technology we had was a piece of white chalk and a blackboard. And someone said to me, children should be stopped getting on the laptop. I said, the greatest laptop you can give children is sitting on your lap right now as the human being. Helen tells me there are mic issues, but on her behalf, on behalf of the full team in Drumcondra Education Centre, we know and we hope you have had an incredible journey with us over the last 90 minutes into the world of astronomine. Remember, play is everything. Constructionism of children creating their own worlds. By the way, as Joanna said, let the children design their worlds. Let them show Marco that kids also are geniuses when it comes to designing Minecraft worlds. Share this with us, that particular journey. So show us the rule as kids over in Athens, that children all over the world in Europe can also do creative arts, performing arts. They can do it no matter what their ability or disability or different ability is to feel inclusive within the priorities of the European Union. Show them to Gustavo, who lives in the stars, in the cosmos, but he's a good guy. He's one of the good guys. That the universe exists within our mind. And maybe to answer the question, Peter, because I'm going to pull you in last, and Danielle, who knows we don't live in parallel universes? Who knows that what we're doing right now does not exist within the world of Alien? And the important thing is, as I know Peter's telling me the academic Minecraft license is $5 per user per year, and I get that within schools, but, and Peter, I'd love you to have the last word on this. What we're trying to do here.
Peter talks to his computer, he prefers to.
Helen, you're in. You're in, Helen.
Yay, this is actually
Hey!
Rosemary here.
Rosemary. Well, Rosemary, can you get Helen to your computer?
No, bear with me. I'll
Turn
just
on your
locate
camera.
Helen now in a second. She's just stepped out while I was trying to fix it here.
So Rosemary's on the team in Drumcondra, and one of the most, and Rosemary, thank you so much for setting up today, because technology, as we know, we say to err is human, to totally make a mess of it is what technology can do. Yes. But technology, Rosemary, is also a huge enabler. Someone said to me once, those of you old enough to know the film Equalizer.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're rebooting it.
Yes, so technology is a massive equalizer, but it is either a poison or a potential, depending on how we use it. Sugar can sweeten tea. Too much sugar can give us diabetes. Driving a car can get us to places quicker. Driving it under the influence of alcohol can kill. So we as humans make a choice, but Astronomine is about studying astronomy through game-based learning in Minecraft. And we are so privileged to be on this journey with so many experts, whether it's Themistocles, whether it's Eliuabris, Nucleo, Atomon, Hiso, Nucleo, or Drumcondra as the lead. Peter, we feel wicked privileged, man, because you know what? We were written off years ago, Peter. Okay, please do. You see, that's typical Irish, by the way. Go out to get Helen, who's having a cup of tea. Peter, we were written off years ago as former principals. Did you know what, lads? If there's a way of reinventing yourself, this is how we do it. Peter, thank you so much for the incredible work, and when you unmute that mic, that you have done today, because without Peter, I know something. I might have the fun part of it. My job is easy. I just have to act the maggot. I just have to be by the way, in Ireland, act the maggot means have fun. And just act the child that's within me. Peter is the person who controls me every time. Helen, sorry, you're my director, so I have to be very professional. It is my honor to present the director of Drumcondra Education Centre, Helen Hennigan, our new director, who has the huge privilege of being part of the centre and leading the centre into 21st century. Helen, over to you.
How are you, Dahi? Can you hear me this time?
Yeah,
hello,
come down.
Dahi, Peter, and all the contributors on this webinar. It's a really exciting event here to see play being brought into, fun. And we all know children learn best through play with Maria Montessori. So this is just a whole digital minefield, Minecraft. It's fantastic. So I really enjoyed listening to you. Sorry you haven't been able to listen to me. Or maybe you're better off you weren't. But you're all very, very welcome. And it's great to see you, Dahi, starting, and Peter starting off on this new, interesting, really fascinating venture, and to use play to help us all learn. So looking forward to many more webinars, and hello to everybody from around Europe. You're all very, very welcome to a grey, half sunny Dublin, but there you are. Listen, lovely talking to you finally, and apologies, I had mic issues earlier on, and so we all have to deal with technology the way it comes. So lovely talking to you all, and wishing you every success with this new venture.
Take care. And we would say in French, c'est la vie, c'est la guerre. It is life and it is war. And the whole idea is that, she would say, where we're at, go to our website, follow us on Twitter, go into Joanna if you know what a TikTok is, if you know what TikTok is, or Instagram. I don't know what TikTok is, because when I was small, tick meant that I was duh, and talk meant that I was duh. So TikTok is something that I think the young people use. Instagram, all I know is when people go Insta. So I don't know much about that one, but Peter, I'm going to hand over to you to the last word, because you are the person who's been behind so much of this. Together, we have put together the team, and it's been such a privilege to do so in Drumcondra with our national agency, Lergus, who entrusted us with this. But we go back to the discovery of Maria Montessori and that scaffold which was stolen, taken, oops, by Piaget and Dewey and so many others, because she was a woman at a time who was not recognized with the genius she had of that discovering the child as someone who needed play to become what Europe now calls an active citizen, a proactive citizen. So the priorities of Drumcondra, which is sustainability, citizenship, justice, SDGs, how we go digital and green is there. And Peter, all along that way, you and I have fooled our way into our age group of letting everyone think we know everything. But you know the rule, ladies and gentlemen, we know nothing. All we know is that, hey, hola, all our little aliens here know a lot more. And they exist in parallel universes, Gustavo. Be careful, Gustavo, we're watching you. And all of you out there, up to 100 of you that attended today. Peter, go for it.
Apologies, I shouldn't have been coming in here today. Look, all I'd say is there's a wonderful team involved in this project, and everyone has contributed so much. And we are learning so much, and know that the finished product in the Minecraft world, the Astronomine Minecraft world, is going to be a fabulous way of getting children in all our countries familiar with astronomy, which is sort of one of these mystical, magical things in a lot of people's minds, but actually in reality, it's just waiting there to be explored and to be learned about and to enthrall us going forward. So again, on behalf of Drumcondra Education, thank you to all our partners for all the work you've done over the past year in getting us this far. And we're really looking forward to finishing the manual, getting the Minecraft up, and getting them out into schools, into the hands of children who will do what they can do best. Thank you very much.
Peter, I would like to end with a message which has just been sent to me by a very powerful person in the EdTech policy within the European Union right now who is listening. We knew you were listening, by the way. I'm going to read it to you. Congratulations to Drumcondra, to Dahi, all the team, and everyone in astronomy team for their outstanding work in addressing the crucial gap in astronomy education in schools across Europe. Your dedication to enhancing STEM education and empowering both teachers and students is truly commendable. The creation of the teacher's manual and Astronomine World in Minecraft demonstrates such a marvelous, innovative approach to making learning engaging and accessible. Your efforts will undoubtedly leave a lasting impact on the future generation of astronomers and scientists. Thank you all for your commitment to advancing education and contributing to the growth of key competences in the EU. Well done. Oh, mama. Does that mean we're going to get another 100,000 or another million, Helen? But
how I wish.
How I wish. Ladies and gentlemen, the team and all of you listening, what a way to finish, to get that at the very end. So we should feel extremely humbled and extremely excited. So onwards and upwards. And don't forget, if you don't want to remember what Savula showed there, which is what was said by Stephen Hawkins, just remember Bruce Lee. If you look at the moon, you can't see the stars. If you only look at the stars, you cannot see the universe. So from us, Team Astronomine, again, to Stavula, Daniel, Gustavo, Marco, Vasilis, Joanna, and from Helen, and of course, Rosemary and the team, and Peter, our co-pilot, we would like to say Gurav Mila Mahagiv. Thank you so much. Obrigado. Muchas gracias. Just keep going forever. But thank you so much for tuning in to us. Keep an eye on us on social media. And remember, guys, it's very important. We still have, they'll be watching you all of the time, no matter what you do. Our lads, now you see them, now you don't. Our little guys of Bully and Foxy are watching everything. That's what they wanted to call themselves, by the way, because they didn't want to appear as real aliens, but they do that. Anyone, Helen, would you like to say the last Sloan and goodbye? And then thank you, everyone, for giving your precious time as educators, as EdTech people, as policymakers, because we know you're offered 1 million webinars. But let's be honest, our one was different, wasn't it? Helen, last word to you, and then Sloan, everyone.
Thank you very much, Dahi and Peter, for organising this superb webinar. It just shows we can have fun and we can learn at the same time. Thank you to all the participants, to everybody who's considering this. It's a great idea and it will certainly engage our students going forward into a new type of learning. Have a lovely evening and thank you so much, and looking forward to the next webinar. Thank you so much, everybody. Slán and goodbye from Dublin.
So everyone on the panel, turn on your mic and say goodbye in your language.
Grazie. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
No.
Obrigado, adeus.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Adio.
Okay.